What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time stopping in, thank you for joining me. I'm very excited about today's video, maybe even more so than you guys will be. That is because a company who I consider to be the best seat manufacturer within the Harley Davidson space reached out to me personally offering to build a custom seat for the channel and my 24 Road Glide and to share with all of you. So without further ado, let's jump in. I don't think there's any sense in wasting any time here. Let's open this up and take a look. Okay, well packaged. It looks like they've got really nice compression foam protecting everything. Oh shoot, they sent us a banner. All right, hold on. I know I said we're not gonna wait any longer, but they sent us a banner. That's pretty cool. I want to throw that up for this video. I'm gonna snap and it's gonna be up, all right? No clue how good of a job I did at that whole snap transition, but it's up. I think it looks freaking awesome. I like that the orange matches the Harley Davidson flag there. All right, we've got our Saddleman t-shirt there. We've got our Saddleman hat. We are Team Saddleman now. Getting into the creme de la creme, this is our new Off-Wheat Garage TRLS Saddleman step-up seat. TRLS, what does that stand for? TR is going to be your tuck and roll. LS is going to be your double diamond stitching that you see back here on the passenger pillion. There are a lot of different material options that you can use throughout these seats. It's really, really cool. You can go on their website, go through and check them out. The tuck and roll is going to add a little bit more comfort. Each one of these pleats has extra foam in it, so that's going to obviously result in a more comfortable ride for longer. Back here you've got the double diamond stitching, and that is kind of a bit firmer because you don't have those pleats, but still really comfortable because we did add their gel to the passenger pillion as well. For the material, we're running the Extreme Gripper. This stuff is, as you can imagine, extremely grippy. You are not going to be sliding your butt across this seat when you're cornering. If you like that, this is not the material for you. Pick one of their other materials. They have tons. This is really good if you want to do wheelies, drifting, if you like to lift to adjust your weight when you're cornering like I do. It's really reminiscent of like a dirt bike seat material. I like that, so that's why I went with that. Back here, standard material, just black, same along here. They offer, as I said, tons of customization options, one of which being stitching. You can do any color stitching that you want, gold, red, blue, purple, white, black, anything, pretty much they can do it. Now, I didn't want the focal point of my bike to be this seat. I really want every piece on my bike to come together to make just an absolute masterpiece that when you walk up, you just notice all of these different things. I didn't want the seat to be so flashy that you walk up, you go, oh wow, that seat's really cool, and then walk away. So I did not go too crazy with options, and that's kind of why. I went with the standard black stitching throughout, black Saddleman there, and what makes this an Off-Wheat Garage seat? The fact that they stitched in Off-Wheat Garage on the passenger pillion here. That means a lot to me. This seat has a lot of sentimental value instantly to me because we started the channel this year and we have companies already like Saddlemen reaching out and doing something like this for us. That is incredible to me. So thank you to Buster, thank you to Saddlemen. Continuing on, we have a really nice bottom to this seat. It's plastic. I like that it's not metal. OEM uses plastic, and it's a little bit lighter and obviously still very, very strong. We have the nice carpet to really give it that premium feeling, and I really, really like that they use rivets instead of staples. Harley Davidson uses staples on OEM seats, and it just does not look or feel premium at all. And obviously, you kind of get weird stretching and weird corners, so I really like that they're using rivets there at Saddlemen. So they do expect you to remove this bracket and flip it around. No big deal. It's just 2 Allens. We'll do that. But first, we have a couple more things that we want to talk about. On the forums, a lot of people were talking about how their new seats did not work with crash bars. That's no longer the case. Saddlemen has addressed the new seat pans in a way that they now have room for your crash bars, whether you're running the Harley Davidson ones, Santoro Fabworks, Amazon, your mom's, whatever, they work. So no need to pop the rivet, Dremel it out, and then re-rivet it. It just shows up and you just throw it on the bike. So I think that's what we need to do. Flip it over here. We're gonna get these Allens popped out, and they say that you're not supposed to use Loctite on these because obviously the pan itself is just riv nutted for these to thread in. But I don't foresee ever wanting to, remove the bracket that holds the seat to the bike. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of blue Loctite on there, but obviously you use your best judgment for your application. Here you've got a nice rubber grommet that's gonna sit underneath your bracket. I actually already have one of those from Thrashing, but we're gonna upgrade to the Saddleman now. So nice countersunk here, so these bolts fit right in nice and clean. A little bit of the blue goo. And we're gonna be using a 5/32. You're gonna wanna sink these down evenly and do not go crazy. It would not be the end of the world. You can get more riv nuts and redo this to your seat pan if you need, but why would you put yourself through all of that? It's nice that this bracket is countersunk because it makes sure that as these tighten down, they tighten down nice and square, and this thing's perfectly straight. These riv nuts are brass, so be careful, but you will feel that engagement when you get to the bottom where it gets a little bit tighter and you know that you're all the way down. All right, so this Harley Davidson Step Up has served its purpose and it is done on this bike. Had some good miles on it. I've put about, almost 7,000 miles on this seat, and it's fine, but honestly, it's the same price as a Saddleman, and those things are just the next level. I mean, you look at this, they use a plastic pan, no carpet, nothing like that. It's staples, not rivets. It's just, they tried, they're doing their thing. Saddlemen's doing their thing better. On with our new step-up seat here. Oh man, that looks so good. Wow. Well, what do you guys think? I think it looks incredible. It just feels and looks super premium compared to what I'm accustomed to. This is really, really nice. Fits the new 24 body lines perfect. I really like the way that this follows the tank up further and then bows straight across. I really like the way that that lines out. I think it's time we sit on it. Oh, yeah. I like the way that feels. The gel is definitely going to be nice on those longer rides. Saddleman seats are known to be a little bit firmer, but people mistake that as thinking that that means that it's uncomfortable, and that's really not the case. On longer rides, if you have a softer seat, that's going to create pinch points where blood flow kind of stops, and that's when you get uncomfortable and you got to get off the seat. These seats you can just keep on stacking the miles on, and they honestly just get more and more comfortable throughout the day. So really excited to get on the road on this thing. We're actually going to have a dry day tomorrow, and I'm going to be feeling pretty sick, so not going to be at work, and I'm going to have Dan meet me, and we're going to end up going for a ride and try to put as many miles down as we can. Obviously, Washington State, it's pretty cold already. We're in the low 50s to high 40s, so I will have the heated gear, and we'll see kind of how froggy we feel. Might only end up doing, 200-300 miles, but either way, it will be fun, and I'm really excited to kind of get back on the bike and try out this new seat. So yeah, this thing's feeling really good. It's a little bit wider than that Harley Davidson Switchback, which I like. It's a bit more reminiscent of stock. I can tell that that's gonna definitely feel better. I didn't like how narrow that other one felt, so that feels really good. It's a little bit taller. I can still flat foot it, no problem, but I can tell it's a little bit taller, and I may actually end up wanting to roll my bars up because of that. So that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind. But yeah, no big deal there. So I think that's kind of all that we're going to talk about here in the garage. I've gone over the seat in pretty good detail. I'm going to check in with you guys tomorrow morning when Dan shows up, and we'll go from there. All right, good morning, you guys. It is the next day. We have Dan here, and we're ready to do some riding. It's pretty cold. It's probably 45 right now, but should warm up to like low 50s throughout the day. I am going to be rocking my Gerbing heated gear, so that'll be nice, breaking that in for the first time this winter. Yeah, so we're loading the bike up now. Really excited to see how the Saddleman seat feels. And yeah, so we got the GoPro on the helmet. Hopefully the cold doesn't affect it too much, and I'm able to kind of talk to you guys about how I think it feels initially. And then obviously down the road, I will give you guys some updates on how it breaks in. So let's hit the road. Oh, it's crispy with that visor open. All right, you guys, well, we are off. We got Dan all fueled up. As you can see, we are currently sitting at 45 degrees in the sun. That may be cold to some, may not be cold to some. I'm cold. I'm running my heated gear, and it has me feeling real good. We've got the Gerbing heated gloves, 12 volt, as well as the heated jacket. I am going to be picking up some heated pants in the near future, since I want to do my best to keep this channel year-round, even though obviously the weather in Washington State is not great for a moto vlogger. A lot of rain. After today, it's rain at least the next 7 days. I can't tell beyond that. Washington State, I think in like 99, it's 68 days of rain straight. So, you know, it is what it is. Beautiful day today, so I was feeling pretty sick from work. Had to pull the bike out. The seat is really comfortable. I know some people tend to say that Saddlemen's, or even custom step-up seats in general, are a bit more firm, and they are, but like I said, with the saddle gel and that more firm seating position, you can actually ride longer without any pinch points or your butt falling asleep. Also, with the saddle gel, you end up with less vibration, which will obviously lead to numbing quicker as well. So yeah, I'm really comfortable on the seat. It's a little bit taller, so my windshield does a little bit less for me. That's something to keep in mind. I rolled my bars forward a little bit and up. It will definitely smush down, but it's just a thicker seat than your stock Harley Davidson seat, or like my Harley Davidson switchback seat that I had. I'm 5 foot, almost 11-ish, with a 30-inch inseam. I can still touch flat-footed with this seat, so no big deal there, but it is just something that is worth mentioning and noticeable. Obviously, it's something that I'll get used to very quickly, and I actually really like it because it ends up keeping my legs a little bit straighter, so they're less like cramped on the bike. Other than that, Dan and I were talking about, where do you want to ride? I don't know. Well, you know, if we go over the mountains, we're gonna hit snow. We don't want to go too close to the coast because we'll hit rain. So we ended up deciding we're going to ride to Port Townsend. It's about an hour and a half north of us. We're gonna go to Port Townsend and get a brunch there, and after that we will probably do a Hood Canal loop. I'll probably put up on screen like a map. All right, so we're coming up on the Hood Canal bridge here. We are just over an hour into our ride, and the seat is just getting more and more comfortable. Vibration's not an issue. I think that's the gel that's really working its overtime there. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with how I'm feeling on it. Normally a brand new seat, you gotta spend at least 1,000 miles breaking it in before you make a decision on whether or not you like it, but so far I'm very happy with it. And check out these views. Gorgeous. We got the Olympic Mountains over there. If we end up doing breakfast over at Port Townsend and then making our way that way, we'll end up doing that whole loop down and around past my house and back. The Olympic Mountain Range is what separates the coast and the Pacific Ocean from us here. If you were to look past those mountains about an hour straight, like riding, and you would be at the coast. All right, you guys, we have made it to the Blue Goose Cafe. We're gonna get in there, see how long the wait is. It is cash only, FYI. I have this nasty habit of always ordering way too much food, but it just all sounds so good all at once. Bacon, eggs, sausage, red potatoes, sourdough bread, and a fluffy pancake. Wish me luck. Whew, all right, Blue Moose Cafe, awesome food. I'm very full, uncomfortable levels of full. Do those biscuits and gravy get you?
Oh yeah. Take out the suspension.
Yeah, you're gonna need some air right now.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna hop back on. We are going to do the loop around the canal. So next stop is gonna be going through the Olympics, and there's like I think there's like some like national park type stuff there. And we'll stop at one of our favorite restaurants / like bar areas there. Hamma Hamma, really another cool spot. They're gonna be closed, so we'll stop at the bar and you know, check out the views over the water. So check in with you guys shortly. All right, you guys, we made our next stop. It is called the Gooey Duck here on the west side of the Hood Canal, just past the Olympic National Park. And we've got a nice view of the water here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but right over there is Mount Rainier, just the tip. All right, well, we have stopped along the water here on the Hood Canal. Beautiful, beautiful location. We were doing some hard cornering earlier, and I was scraping floorboard, and I really thought, man, this sounds more like metal. So turns out these thrashing floorboards, if you're loaded up on the front end pretty hard, trail braking into your corners, and then you roll it in and scrape, you're actually going to scrape your floorboard. Normally, you would scrape the TPU slider here, but I'm actually getting into the corner of the floorboard here, which sucks because now it's not all pretty and perfect, but at the same time, it's kind of a flex, I think, that we're scraping there. It's kind of cool. So I am gonna have to get those riser blocks that lift it up a little bit. That way we get a little bit more lean angle without unsettling the bike. The other side, it's still just hitting the TPU slider. Didn't look like I saw any on the actual floorboard there. No, just the slider. The seat is getting more and more comfortable as we're riding. Had Dan sit on it. He liked it as well. One thing that's really worth mentioning with the seat is, you know, comparing this seat to a stock seat or something like the road sofa from Saddlemen is not an apples and apples thing. That's apples and oranges. That's like comparing a touring bike to a sport bike. I think it's important to recognize that if you're looking for a sport seat, a more lean and like step-up style seat, this is going to be the best offering on the market, in my opinion. Now, if you're looking for a touring seat or something that's going to be comfortable on your touring bike, you're really gonna be looking for something more like the road sofa, where they have an option for a backrest or, you know, things of the sort. So consider that when watching this video, that you know, this seat is sport oriented, and they do have other options if you're looking for something different.
Perfect.
right, well, I got some good shots of the seat. I think we've got our thumbnail for the video, and I think we're gonna wrap the video up. We've got a short ride the rest of the way home, and starting to cool off, sun's starting to go down, so we'll just enjoy the ride and wrap things up here. I want to give a big thank you to Saddlemen for sending me this seat and trusting Off Wheat Garage with representing them. I look forward to doing future work with them. I really am going to need a road sofa for those longer trips, like our Sturgis trip that Dan and I are planning for next year. So yeah, I really like the seat. It's comfortable. The grip is phenomenal. It was only about 200 miles today, but on a brand new seat, it is not broken in at all. I was pretty impressed with how comfortable it was, and I'm really happy about it. It's obviously gonna be my new daily seat. So I think that about wraps it up. Give the video a thumbs up, comments, questions down below, and don't forget to subscribe. We're waiting on my new exhaust and over $6 grand in parts from, should we tell them who? No, okay. We're not gonna tell you guys who yet, but really cool parts coming, so don't forget to subscribe. Catch you guys in my next off week.